I've literally got in about 30 seconds ago. I really liked Spain and I haven't even like heard it properly. No! It's at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. What? That is ridiculous. I can't get over how well Australia's doing as well. That's disgusting. I hate that. I cannot believe this. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm so glad I'm watching this live. I genuinely can't believe this. This is utter madness. It'd be fun if Greece won. I'm on Twitter and everyone's like, wow, I can't believe that it's actually Mika. And I'm like, I can't believe it's actually Mika. Kalinista! That's what we say every night. What? Let me know once you've seen where Greece, what Greece has just done. Isn't that the most random thing? I love Moldova. Like I said, I always love Moldova. Even 1 point is more than they get in past years. I'm rooting for Holland, but I always root for Holland. Like, we did musicals tonight, which was by far our worst. Like, it was the one we spent the most time on in tech, like in installs, because it was so bad. And like Lucy, it was the last one we did, and Lucy was genuinely worried about like leaving us with the state it was in, but she had to, like, it was 2 a.m, so we had to go home, and she had, like, her flight was the next day, but it was awful. And like today actually, and it was also the worst in terms of costume changes, at least for the girls, because it's super fast. I don't know what it's like for the boys. Tough. We were quite lucky actually that we did this one outdoors, because we've got way more space on the outdoor stage. But yeah, I was like, I wasn't too stressed about the actual show, because it was the first one I missed. I spent a lot of time on it. Like, I really focused on that one. Whereas with Monsters, by that point, I'd sort of lost all motivation. But I was genuinely just terrified of the costume changes, because when we did a dress run, like, during tech, every single number, either I was late, or I was missing a piece, or something was not tied up, or it was wrong. And actually it went really, really well today. Like, it was probably one of the best ones we've done so far. I'm desperate to go to Georgia. This is so funny, because I am like partly rooting, like I always partly root for the UK, even though it's pointless, because like it is part of my nationality. I'm really disappointed with Croatia. Maybe people are just getting confused between UK and Ukraine. If Holland ends up in the top 10, I'll be happy. I'll be really sad if they don't. I love Bamse. I'm so happy you love Bamse, because I don't like Captain T as much, but I love Bamse. I'm trying to get a Bamse. Sweden always does well. It doesn't matter like what they send in, people just love them. It's funny because I don't know how delayed you are, so I can't like say anything until you like react to something. I was really stressed because in the semi-finals they were the last one to be announced, and I was like, if Holland doesn't go through, I think I'm gonna cry. Like I was, because Holland has only not gone through once in the last like 10 years or something, and that's because it was a rubbish song and I didn't expect it to go through. Like I knew it wasn't going to. So now everything's gonna change. No. I couldn't believe it. It came out of nowhere. I like his suit. Oh, you can't see it yet. But it's the same one he was wearing earlier. It's a blue sparkly one. Now he's told me he's caught up and he's like, it's ridiculous that the UK is doing so well. I didn't realise, but apparently Germany's still on 0, which is really sad. Oh, I'm really nervous now. This is always the most like nerve-wracking bit. I think they've changed how they do the scoring, because they keep changing it, because what they did originally wasn't actually as exciting. So I think they've made it more exciting now, but I can't hear what's happening with Germany because the Greek people are speaking over it. Yeah, they have changed that, and this is way more exciting this way. I didn't want to say anything, but I was really hoping they'd do well. And like, they're not going to win, but at least they got 200 points. I've just seen a parody Queen account on Twitter that's posted, just to be clear, we cannot afford the electricity to host this. I'm so nervous. Apparently on Twitter in the UK at the moment, like the heading that's trending is what is happening. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm not worried about Azerbaijan, I don't care, but I don't want Australia to do well, and I want Holland to do well, and they're the next two. Yes! I'm a horrible human being. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to be so enthusiastic. Oh. Please do well. Oh, I hate this. At least we're on the left side of the leaderboard, that's okay. I'd be happy if Greece won because it'd be just very fun here to see how people would react. I'm shocked that Portugal's done so well so far, actually. You're gonna have a lot of sympathy votes for Ukraine. I reckon they'll get like 200 or something. I was like, I can't react too much, but that's insane. Watch with the UK, they'll drag it out forever, as long as they can, basically. Oh, okay, they're down to the last 4. Oh, come on, Spain, do well, please. I've just realised the UK is anyway going to be in the top 5. This is insane. Like, the UK is usually in the bottom. I can't remember a time the UK hasn't been in the bottom 5, and now it's in the top 5. What is that about? Imagine if the UK wins from Ukraine. That would actually be awful. That would be terrible in, you know, this current climate. But they've just announced how many points the UK got, and I didn't hear it because the Greek commentators were talking over it, so I have no idea what's happened. Although I can kind of presume who won based off reactions. As if the UK was even, like, up there as an option to win. Like, it was in the final 2 of potential winners. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, I have so many notes. I haven't actually seen the Eurovision, but I watched, you know, the points, which is lovely. And I was chatting to a friend the whole time, so I do have a video of it, but it's going to be very cut, so you'll see. I'm really, really happy Ukraine won. I think that's really, you know, nice. I cannot get over how well the UK did. That's actually ridiculous. That's the most insane thing I think I've ever seen. And I don't actually know how they ended up doing, like, overall, because I didn't hear the points because there was chatter over it all. But either way, they came in the top 5, which is incredibly impressive considering I can't remember the last time they weren't in the bottom 5. So I'm quite pleased with this, the results. I'm in shock, but I'm very happy for Ukraine. I can't say I loved their song, but it's the message. But now it's really bedtime because I think it's like 2 a.m. here, so I'm gonna sleep. Good night. Hello. It has been a long while since Eurovision 2022. We are much closer to 2023, and in fact, by the time you're watching this, it probably has already been. Whoops. But I never made my grand final video, and the reason why I didn't is because I filmed all my responses to everything I was watching. But that video is like an hour and a half long, I think, and I'm just not ready to tackle it. And so therefore I never made like this part of the video. I'm just gonna do this and then future me can deal with it. I've got a while before this is going up anyway. Again, it's February. Anyway, now the thing you need to know is that I was working and performing, so like mid-show, whilst the Eurovision was starting. So what I did was I had the YouTube like video, or there was a playlist or something up anyway. I think it was a playlist, and I was watching clips like every time I was off stage, which admittedly wasn't very often because I can't remember what show I was doing, but I imagine there were quick changes. So usually I didn't have a lot of time backstage, but even while I was doing my makeup or whatever, I had the video. And for those of you who are new to this channel, last year I worked in a hotel in Greece, which was amazing, and that's where we're at. So I've written, before I started watching it live, I watched the opening ceremony and the first 2 songs, I think. And I watched the flag parade and I really enjoyed it, apparently. Now the annoying thing is that even once we finish the show, we still have to talk to guests, which is usually lovely, although I am still an awkward shell. But obviously for me, I was like, I just want to know what's happening with Eurovision, but also I don't because I don't want to have spoilers. Oh yeah, that's another thing you need to know about me if you're new to this channel. I hate spoilers. Not a fan. Anyway, so finally got home and put on the TV, and it was Poland, I think. And all I've written for that is, just doesn't really do it for me. Then for Serbia, not a fan. Estonia, I've just written, he seems sweet. Then the next thing that happened was the voting has started. So obviously I only got to see the last 3 songs live, which was kind of sad, but at least I got to see all of the voting live, which I was very grateful for. And yeah, I wrote, voting has just started and I'm already nervous. Then for the interval, I've said, I've just been informed that the guy singing the Mika songs is Mika, so that's interesting. At this point, I was FaceTiming a friend, and that's also when I was recording myself. And yeah, I knew the song, and the only reason I knew their song was because I know Happy Ending because of Dodie. Long-winded way, I didn't know any of the other songs or anything else that was happening. I have no idea who Mika is. I thought Mika was a girl because I don't think I've ever heard the original. Anyway, so when I found that out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, and then I've written, I like the Happy Ending song, but I don't like the Purple Blurple. I don't know what that song is called, but it's the one that's like, I can be blue, I can be green, I can be violet. And the thing is, I do know that song, and I did not realize it was Mika as well, and I've never really liked it. I've always had like a weird relationship with it.
I don't love it, don't hate it, but definitely don't love it. And then I've said, I think I'm rooting for Norway, Moldova, and Spain. Interesting. Obviously Moldova. What was Norway? Was Norway the yellow grandma one? Maybe. Spain, I can't remember, but I usually like Spain, to be fair. All right, points. This is where the points began. I've written, Holland gave the UK 4 points. What? And the next one gave UK 8. They're already doing so much better than ever before. I remember thinking that even when the UK got 4 points, that was already better than a lot of other years. And then when they got the 8, so they had 12 in total, it was like, oh my goodness, what is happening already? The UK has 20 points. What? They're in double digits. This is madness. Most of these comments are just about the UK. The UK is second. What? The UK got 12 points. What? This is madness. The UK is at the top of the leaderboard. What? Is everyone feeling okay? This is utter madness. This is actually... I have no idea what that word says. Insane. That's what that says. The UK has 100 points. What on earth? All right, now we're on to Cyprus voting, which is 20 out of 40. I was trying to figure out what that meant, but like it was the 20th country to vote. And I've written... I can't get over this. I'm happy for Ukraine. I can't believe Azerbaijan is doing so well. Where did that come from? Ireland, I'm glad they gave Spain 12 points. Georgia, I can't believe this. I've also never seen the lead guy have to give the points. What? I have no idea what that means. Anyway, why 12 more points to Serbia? Why? Sweden, yes, 12 more points for Spain. And another 12! Italy, yes, amazing, beautiful, because they gave 12 points to Holland. I literally just wrote that in all caps, by the way. I was like, yes, amazing, beautiful. Well, I'm glad Germany got some points. I hope Moldova does well. Yes, they're not going to win, but still. That must have been about Holland. As if that's all Norway got, they deserve better. Belgium deserved better. Switzerland got 0, that's so sad. As if Serbia did that well, that's ridiculous. I'm so nervous, I need Holland to do well. Yes, Australia, I'm so happy. Australia must have either given points to certain countries or not done very well. I don't know. Come on, Holland. Well, that's not great, but could be worse. Come on, Italy and Greece. I'm so curious about Ukraine. Well, that was pretty good for Ukraine. I want Spain to do well so badly. Not bad, but not winning, which is a shame. The UK is anyway in the top 5. Of course, Ukraine won. Oh, what? Oh, right, I turned the page and I was like, right, what's going to be next? I obviously caught up with everything else the next day because Sunday was my day off, so I went back and watched it all from the start. So, when I watched the start again, I wrote, I've only just realised that the woman singing that song is one of the presenters. Didn't realise that yesterday. The Czech Republic, it's really not bad. Romania, I like this. I really like this. I can't remember if it did well or not, but I hope it did. Portugal, love the torches in the audience. She seems sweet. Finland, I forgot how creepy the start of this was. It's a good enough song. Ooh, the audience singing along gave me goosebumps. Switzerland. It just doesn't do anything for me, but I like the message. France. It's very interesting and very different from what France usually sends. Norway. This is just brilliant. Everything about this is great. The dances, the costumes, the lyrics, everything. It must have been the grandma song. Armenia. It's alright. I love the set. Interval. I like her dress. That was about a purple dress, apparently. And I love that gestures interlude. That must mean something, but I don't know what. Italy. The audience singing with is incredible. Oof, this just really doesn't do anything for me at all. Spain. Oh, I love the choreography already. This is great. This is amazing. Oh my goodness, that dance break now. Wow. Yes, Firefall. So good. Holland. I'm just not a fan of this style. So much swooping. The lyrics are nice though. Ukraine. The song is alright. I like the musical instrument. Germany. I like it, but I'm not surprised it didn't do well. He seems nice. Lithuania. It's an interesting style. Azerbaijan, the shadow guy is really cool. That high note was impressive. High note, can't speak. Belgium, I like the song-ish. The dances are cool. Greece, by the way, I love the design of the country flags. I must have only realised that at that point. Right, I'm moving it over to this side. I like the lyrics. Ooh, I love the chairs with the graphics. She seems nice. Oh yeah, that was really cool. Iceland, one of the girls looks like Zelina from Once Upon a Time. I don't remember this from the semi-finals at all. Oh, I love that they said peace for Ukraine at the end. Oh, that is sweet. Moldova. Oh, I just love this so much. This is what Eurovision is about, of course. Moldova just knows what to do. I'm quite desperate to visit Moldova simply because of Eurovision. And I know that it's not actually such an exciting place to visit, but yeah. Sweden. It's not a bad song, it's just nothing special. Australia, this is reminding me of Sam Smith. Interval. I love hearing the volare be sung by the audience. Amazing. UK. Right, let's see what this is about. Ooh, falsetto. It's not a bad song, but it's really not that good. It's a very good falsetto, but I just don't like falsetto. That is a fact about me. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I'm just not a fan of falsetto, full stop. It's very rare that I like songs that have falsetto in them. And what I'm saying here is like, it was a good song. It was a bit like Arcade when Arcade won, because it was a nice song, but it wasn't like, I didn't think it was as good as what everyone made it out to be. Like, I can't believe it came second. And lastly, Poland. I can't believe I only just missed the UK's performance. Yeah, because obviously I came in during Poland, that's when I started watching it live, and if I'd just come in like 10 minutes earlier, or maybe even 5 minutes earlier, I would have seen the UK. But oh well. I love that they accidentally said Holland. The song isn't bad at all, but it's just a bit boring. Really, Raquel? Okay. And lastly, I like the sounds of the water. Well, there you go. Those are my thoughts on Eurovision Grand-Final 2023 to 2022, if I can speak and remember what year we're in. Although actually, that's the first time I've ever got the year right. Let me know if you can remember your opinions, or if you want to rewatch it on YouTube and then tell me your opinions, or if we're going to start talking about 2023 now, because by now you would have seen it, and I've probably already made videos about it, hopefully, or at least made notes. Oh, I really hope I've gone. That would be really cool. I have a friend who used to live in Liverpool. Maybe he has someone I can crash with. Oh, I'd love to be there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all at some point. Bye!